Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my glass studio. In this video, I'd like to show you a spontaneous, fun, fast, cute little project that I just whipped up because I was out in my studio. I thought, you know what? I have this idea. Let me run with it. And I've got the time, I got the material, and it turned out, let me hold it the right way. I ended up with this cutest little project, and I'm really thrilled and excited about sharing it with you. Well, you know, it's that time of year where everyone is super busy, and I'm just out here in the studio having fun, trying to make some projects that I think you will find fun, entertaining to make, get you out in your studio and give you some of that leisure time where you enjoy creating. So I'm going to make this project. I've got a 6-inch circle cut on this clear piece of glass. I used my Circle Pro, and I've shown you how to cut circles before, but I thought I'll go ahead and show you on this one. I've got the circle score line. I'm going to take these extensions, add them to that score line, right from the score line out to the edge. I'm going to take my running pliers, go back to that first score line, gently squeeze, and start taking that material off. Now, if it doesn't go right away, I turn the glass and come at it from a different direction. Oh boy, see, that one was not such a great score. Oh boy. So let's come in a different direction again. There we go. All right, now we're back on track. So if you have it kind of breaking in bits and pieces, that generally means your score wasn't as consistent as it could be or should be. So try to work on getting a better score line. You do that by having consistent pressure on your cutter. Because I used a circle cutter on this, which actually works phenomenally well. It was, I'm sure it was operator error, but I guess I just didn't push hard enough in certain areas. So that's okay. I'm going to give this a little bit of a grind. Or maybe we won't even give it a little bit of a grind, considering the subject we're making. A little bit of roughness won't be a bad idea. And it's going to go to a full fuse, so anything that's a little rough will be softened out with the heat of the kiln. All right, I'm going to grab my dust thing here, my broom, clean off that area. I've got a second circle out of white. Do the same thing. I call these acceleration lanes. Think about on the highway. How you don't want to just jump into the fast lane because there's traffic coming and it doesn't work well. So by doing these little scores, so what I'm actually doing is I'm coming in from here to the score line, then here out from the score line, make sure you can see this, out to here, then like this, and like this, and then like this. And my score line is in here. This isn't exact, but you get the idea. Okay, so there's my circular score line. So what these do is they release pressure on the outside. Anytime you're doing a curved shape, you're going to end up with kind of a chewed up piece of glass, something that doesn't look really smooth. That's okay. All right, so that one didn't want to go right away, so I'll come at it from a different direction. There we go, and now I got two pieces off. Isn't that phenomenal? All right, over here, this is narrow, so it won't come off as easily. But I'm basically just taking the outside, the excess material off in stages. I'm going to get that out of the picture. There we go. I'm going to kind of clean this up a little bit with my rosing pliers. There we go. Okay, now I've got two circles. Pretty darn close. All right, I've got my clear circle, my white circle on top. I have a smaller circle. This one's a 4-inch circle. I'm going to do the same thing. Take those lines, bring them up to that score line, and try to remove that material and retain that circular shape in the middle. So I'm going to go back to that first one. There we go. Very nice. Okay, oop, that one's a little, there we are. I had my hand in the wrong spot. You notice how the pliers have an indentation right here? Okay, if you're working with your pliers up here, you don't have great leverage. The idea is, I just dunked my hand in a cup of water. If your hand's back here, okay, in this portion of the pliers where you've got this indentation, you're further away from the jaw and you have more leverage. That leverage is what allows you to squeeze gently on the glass so that it breaks the way you want, instead of just snapping off. You're not trying to just snap the glass, you're trying to ease it off. You want to be gentle with your glass, and then you'll have more success. So it's not a rush and push thing. It's kind of a, hey, let's work together. You and me and my glass. My glass and me. Doesn't that sound fun? All right, let's sweep this up a little bit. All right, so this is fun. I'm having fun with this piece. All right, so I've got Sharpie on here. I'm going to take, I should have cleaned this in advance, but I didn't. I'm going to clean it now, wipe it down with a wet sponge, and dry it off nicely. And, you know, I'm not even going to grind these. I'm going to leave them rough. This one, I'm going to wipe that off. Make sure you get all that residue of that Sharpie off of there. What is that right there? All right, there we go. That one got in the score line a little bit. Okay, wipe that off. We'll dry it nicely. I just use water, plain water, and a cotton cloth to clean my glass. That seems to work really well. I'm going to place that one on top. Now clean this clear layer. I'm using 2 full layers of glass because that maintains my size and thickness throughout the whole project and makes something, if this is seasonal that you intend to like put away for a little while, you know, store it in a closet, store it in a box in the attic, whatever. You want to make them sturdy enough that they're going to, next year when you open that up, that they're going to be there for you and in good condition. So working with a clear layer on the bottom, the white on top, gives me that really nice type of construction that is long-lasting, durable, and consistent. All right, let's go ahead and pick out some details for this thing. We're going for super fast, easy fun, you know, a little project you can get out there in your studio, put together kind of quickly, and then have something to look forward to tomorrow when you open your kiln. You have that awesome piece in there. So this is going to be a little bowl. Got my clear base, then my white up here. And I'm going to take this piece of orange. I'm going to cut a nice long triangle out of it. And that's going to be my little carrot nose. All right, I've got this bucket. All right, here we go. Always something going on here in the neighborhood. We've got some construction going on next door. Can't help that because guess what? We're under deadline here. We're making this stuff for the holidays, and all of our little Christmas elves are out working in their yard and in their garages and with their saws and with everything they got going on today, including me out here in the studio. So I got this little bucket of beads that I made. Now I'm going to pick out some nice round black ones. There you go, there's one. Ooh, how cute, right? Oh, those are similar in size, right? Love it. All right, now we'll see what we can find some smaller ones. There we go. Line those up. And maybe we'll put one over there. Because this is like my little melted snowman. I don't know, do we want that kind of like melting away, or do we want it sort of where it's supposed to be? Well, we want to work in odd numbers, so we want a 5th one of these. There we go. See, he's still smiling. This is a noodle. I can take this and break it. Here we're going to use, these are his little arms. Put it like that. Oh boy. Now you can, if you don't want to break it with your fingers, you can use your pliers. Then you can actually get a better, smaller shape if that's what you're looking for. All right, there we go. This is coming out so cute, isn't it, right? Look, there we go, little arm here. Gosh, I'm going to need my tweezers. There we go, put that there. Come on. All right. Okay, take this nice little brush off that extra material there, straighten out our little arm. This little guy is so darn cute, right? All right, let's go ahead and put that arm back in there. Now, if you don't have amber, you could use maroon, you could use black, you could use blue, you know, you could use any darn color you want. The whole point here is to have fun. We want that to stay up there, so I'm going to pull that back a little bit. All right, so I want the mouth a little closer, although some of it maybe is melting away. But he's still a happy guy, right? Oh, I think I like that. I like that. It's a little disarray, but sort of, or maybe one of his little mouthpieces is over here. Nah, right there. I like that. Okay, so they're not really uniform. It looks cute. We're going to put this in the kiln, fire it to a full fuse temperature. Now, if you're concerned about getting it to the kiln, I was thinking about it and I was wondering, you know, there's not a lot of detail here, so maybe this guy could use a longer nose. So that one's kind of cute, but maybe it doesn't fit his size. I think I'm going to go with that one. I like it sort of like that. I've got a little piece of orange on there. Let's get that off. There we go. All right, this is a little applicator bottle. You get it at the craft store, and it has hairspray in it. And the hairspray, the wonderful thing about it is you can just drip it down. Let's bring his eyes over here a little bit more. Maybe a little funky. There, yeah. Okay, you just drip it down on the glass. It seeps underneath and holds it in place for you so you can get it to the kiln. So this is going to be great. And it dries fast. It burns off without leaving any residue. And it just works great. So there we go. We got our little guy. Let's see, we want his nose like that a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's looking cute, right? Maybe like that? Okay. All right, I think I like that. All right, we're going to take him to the kiln, fire him, and then we'll see what we have. I was getting ready to put this in the kiln, and it occurred to me, suppose this white piece on top doesn't show up when it's fired to a full fuse temperature, and I want it to show. So I've got a little bit of fine sky blue powder. I'm sorry, fine sky blue frit. I'll put there's a little bit around here. It may kind of create a little bit of a shadow, a little drop shadow on my guy here. And this is a transparent color, so it shouldn't be too, too strong. I take this. Wait, where's my brush? I take this nice straight brush here, and kind of bring that in. Maybe spread it out a little bit too. There we go. Now you can skip this step if you want to, and if you don't have a pale blue, you could try an amber, you could try a lavender, a purple, a navy, a yellow, like sunshine, maybe because the sunshine is what melted this little guy. All right, I'm liking the way that's working. I'm going to leave this area. I'm trying to do a little bit, kind of a hard line in this area. I'm going to leave kind of a soft line over here. Kind of a hard line over on this side. Kind of like our shadow is, you know, kind of like the sun is over here. There we go. Now, another thing you could possibly do this is add some, white frit to it. That could be fun. All right. I'm having a lot of fun with this, as you can tell, because I don't want to stop working on it. And, well, I'm going to have to stop now because I want to get it in the kiln. Because I think it's going to be just fun, fun, fun when it's done. Another sort of out of the ordinary thing that I did on this project to expedite things is I'm working with a shelf that's already been used. It's a primed ceramic shelf that I've already used once. So I don't have time to prime it, so I'm using shelf paper. And I don't have a piece big enough unless I cut a big giant roll, and so this is kind of a shortcut here, but I've spliced the fiber paper here. So I've got two pieces overlapping. That line is going to show on the bottom of the project a little bit. So, but I'm not going to worry about it. This is just one of those fast and easy things. I could bring it up a little bit, but see, it doesn't quite fit. So I'm just going to go for it and make it look like it's purposeful. There we go. So we're going to have a little bit of a indentation on the back after that's fired. So you can splice your shelf paper, but it is going to show. So unless the project's small enough to fit on the individual pieces, I'm going to have a little bit of a, impression on the back that it will be noticeable. All right, we're going to go ahead and fire this to a full fuse, and looking forward to seeing this little guy when he comes out of the kiln. Our little snowman is in here, fired overnight. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, goodness. He came out so cute. All right, so a couple of things. First of all, I'm really glad I introduced that blue around the white so that you can see there's another circle there, because this is perfectly smooth. And without that blue, you wouldn't even see that there's another circle there. And here, remember the seam in the fiber paper? Let's pull that up. Oh, look how cute this little guy is. Oh, you feel just a little sympathetic for him, don't you? Because he melted away. But he's going to bring us so much joy. Look how beautiful that edge is. Remember, I didn't grind that. We still got a beautiful edge. And here are the jokes on me. Look, I thought I was using all black dots. This one and this one are actually brown. Can you see that? So that's kind of funny. And over here, the little bit of blue got underneath the one branchy arm here. So got a little variation in color there. Kind of a nice crisp line here. A little blurry line here. I like that. Let's turn it over. And I had expected this little impression in the glass, but I forgot about this one, which is where the paper overlaps a second time. So it almost has a uniform little kind of pattern on the back that we're just going to say was totally intentional, because I didn't have a big enough piece. I do have more fiber paper big enough for this. I just didn't want to use it. I wanted to use up the scrap stuff. And I didn't mind having that little bit of, if you can see that, that right there, that glare was picking up a little bit of variation there in the back, which is absolutely fine on this project. Now a fine art piece, I would not want that. So just show you can overlap your fiber paper. You just have to be aware that it will leave some sort of memory there in the back of the glass. So I hope you can see that. Anyway, super fun, loving this piece. Wow, look at that edge quality. That's really terrific, considering I didn't grind. So what does that tell us? You go to a full fuse, you don't necessarily have to grind. Now, again, piece of fine art, I would grind because I want to ensure everything comes out just the way I want. And then the brown pieces, that's hilarious. You know, here I thought I knew my materials, thought I knew what I was working with, and not so much. I'm glad I went with the bigger nose because of the subject. It really reads. The design, it helps the design read that this is a melted snowman. Without that big nose, you might be, hey, what's that little crazy thing going on there? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and slump this. I considered leaving him flat, but I've decided I'm going to go ahead and slump him. But I'm going to move him to a different kiln. This is a simple 6-inch square mold. I'm going to place the little snowman here in the middle, center him inside the mold. And I feel like just a little curvature would be nice on this. It might make a nice little addition, you know, a bathroom on a counter, or just an accent, you know, in the kitchen. I don't know where I'll put him, but or I could put him in a little stand and put him in the window, whatever. But he's just small and fun. I'm going to make sure I don't leave any residue from that fiber paper. It was on my finger on top of there. And now we're going to go ahead and fire this to a slumping temperature. And then we will I'm very excited about it coming out. Sometimes, gosh, sometimes these tiny little projects, the ones that go super fast, and then give you a little thrill because, I have to move the light here. They give you a little bit of a thrill because they're different than you expected. You know, I planned so hard for so many things, then I get some unexpected results. And on a project like this, it's just plain old fun. So, all right, I'm going to close the kiln, fire this, and we'll check it out when he's ready to come out. Well, let's open the kiln and see what we have. Oh, look how adorable. Gosh, you know, this idea just popped into my head, and I just ran with it. And I'm so thrilled. This is absolutely, definitely proof that you can learn something from every project, big or small. I'm having so much fun with this piece, and sometimes that's what it takes to just get you remotivated, enthused about being in your studio and being creative, especially when you're really busy and you've got so much going on. Sometimes you just need something fun, something that gets you out there and gets your hands moving, and you know, you end up with something, you're being productive, and you end up with something so fun. So what I have just kind of thought out to myself is this little blue rim. I probably could have done without that second piece of white glass on top if I had just had something to sprinkle some frit around, like a piece of stiff paper or a round cookie cutter or something, and just sift it, you know, put a little bit of frit around something that's circular in shape. I could have saved that extra piece of glass, that extra cut, because there's no texture there at all. You don't feel that other piece at all. So I'm thinking, well, this is a way I can save a little material. And we're always looking for ways to do that. Anyway, thrilled with this little guy. So, what did we learn? There's something to be learned from every project. Every time you're out in your studio and you're building something, you have something to learn. I learned about fiber paper, you know, overlapping it. I learned about creating a circular design to make sure that that top detail showed up. I learned I don't need a piece of glass for that. I learned that, you know, I was not sure about the size of the carrot nose. I decided to go bigger. Bigger was better. Often it is. I've got really nice uniform edge quality without grinding. Just you know, a ton of things to be absorbed and added to your toolbox of different ways you can approach new projects. So I hope you make one of these soon, and you know, maybe encourage someone who doesn't do glass to get out in your studio with you and make something really fun. It doesn't have to be a snowman. Could be anything. Could be a little gnome. Could be a little fairy. Could be a rock creature. Could be a little monster. Whatever you feel like making. Just get out there and have fun. Be creative and share your creativity and enthusiasm for glass with others if you can. Follow, like, subscribe, and please comment on my YouTube channel, because we love it when you comment, we love when you share, we love when you, any kind of interaction we get from you is wonderful, because it encourages us to keep making videos, and we know that we're connecting with you, giving you things, you know, videos and content of value that you appreciate, and we appreciate that very, very much. Oh gosh, I don't even know what the heck I'm saying now. Become a premium video member is what I'm trying to say. We have new courses coming out all the time, and wonderful full-length courses, wonderful projects that come with printable pattern ebook, firing guides, pro tips, printable patterns, everything you need to be successful and learn new skills and new techniques. So become a premium video member. We would love to have you. And until next time, happy fusing. Ooh, ooh, love this little guy, love this little guy. Hope you enjoy him making this little guy, and have a wonderful new year. Till next time, happy fusing.